Really?
Is that legal to say on camera? Say
Why did I get the crappy part?
Glenvoyne. You got
Glenvoyne?
Glenvoyne.
I need to look at it.
Glenronak.
Alright.
Get the little R rolls too. You know, Glenronak.
You would sound legit.
Yeah, you got to have some Glenronak. Leave it out!
I'm trying to concentrate.
Hello everybody, welcome to Simple Diversion. My name is Rob.
And I'm Graham. And today we have a special guest with us.
do.
This is Ryan.
Hello,
Welcome, Ryan.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Not
Thanks
much.
for having me. Well, this is one of my favorite. It is called the Feathery. This is where I started with blended malt Scotch whiskey. So, one of my favorites, takes me back. I would say this is at the top of my list. I am a big fan. I know you have had it, but I'm excited to introduce Rob.
Yeah, I've
to
never had it.
So,
I'm really looking forward to it. And I think when I first had it, I was just getting into Scotch,
Yeah.
so I don't think I could really, distinguish the taste or really even respect it for what it is. So it might even be pretty new to me too.
like I said earlier, this is where I cut my teeth. You know, this is where I used to cut my teeth, right here, first one. So it's good. I like it. I'm excited.
Making me excited. In what way? So the Feathery is a blended Scotch made by the Spencerfield Spirit Company, which are the same people that brought you Sheep Dip and Pig Nose. Those are very interesting names.
I don't know
Yes.
why they come up with the animal names, but
I've had some pig nose, but I have never ventured into the sheep's dip.
I don't think I can ever buy Sheep's Dip because I think every time that I would go to say it or even want to say it, that something else would come out.
yeah.
So it sounds a little dirty.
and when you're trying to say it, it almost comes out like that too.
Yeesh.
I would even hate to go to the liquor store and just say, hey, you guys got any Sheep Dip?
What? I wonder how many of them would look at you like you're crazy, or if you're like maybe high level because they don't have that.
That might actually be something
They
we
might be
should try.
surprised that you know what
It'd be
you're
kind of
talking
cool. It'd be one of those things where you could like walk in and be like, "Hey, give me some sheep's dip."
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, if they know, then you know maybe you're at a good place.
I'm really in the mood for some Sheep's Dip.
about. Yeah, I've had enough.
I like to go to restaurants and order Scotch and whiskey. That would be a good experiment. You know, like, hey, can I get a small glass of sheep's dip?
What do you mean you don't know what sheep's dip is?
I'd like
Maybe that should be the next video, gentlemen.
The Feathery does go from anywhere from about $45 to $60 depending on where you shop. It is 40% alcohol by volume, so about 80 proof. So it won't kill us. It won't kill us.
Nah, just a couple
But
glasses.
I don't know, not as bad as the Sheep Dip.
What I really love about it, and this comes on the back of the bottle, and in a cool tin, there you can see. But the Feathery is a term for a leather small golf ball that was out of the 17th century. That was basically a bunch of top hat feathers that was wrapped into a leather ball. And they played golf with it. Now,
Really?
the cool story behind it is that it was a ball that was quite expensive and hard to make. So when they played golf, I wish I had this. They had 2 spotters on the side, and to find the ball because you could not lose it. So that's where the Feathery comes from. It's a cool old Scottish golf ball from the 17th century.
Maybe when we go golfing this year, I should start to use some Featheries so that I could have some spotters.
Can you still find a Feathery ball?
I don't know if you can. I do know that they do make some sort of
We do have some pictures.
like they do make some sort of ball like that in Scotland, but I don't know if they use it. So again, I would love to get my hands on one, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I can't imagine you can hit it very far, but
No.
you know, maybe we should start playing with wood clubs too. Those who didn't know, the Feathery comes from the golf ball
Put this in
in
your
the
glass.
17th century.
There you go.
I'll start speaking Scottish after this.
The name is a tribute to traditional Scottish craftsmanship that went into making the Feathery ball. So that's kind of why they named it the Feathery, because of the hard work and the craftsmanship that went into this Scotch. It's aged 8 to 10 years, and it's, like we said, it's a blended Scotch, and it's got Tamdhu, Glenvoyne, and the other one is Glenronak.
Okay.
I've had Tamdhu.
Tamdhu, is it?
I did not. It was one of those that I probably wouldn't buy again. I think it wasn't bad, but for the price, I'm like, eh.
It was. I've had it too. I thought it was okay. It was, to me, eh.
For the same
but-
price point, I can get Highland Park. And,
right.
You know, every
I
time.
agree.
Or get blended.
Yeah.
Right. Tough to say though. I mean, you got to if you can say like, you can roll your R's, you can really sound Scottish.
You want to give it a try?
I mean, like Glenronak. I mean, like, could you imagine saying that while hitting a feathery ball? That'd be awesome.
I don't know.
I don't know if that was Scottish or not. That probably sounded more Irish. But
Oh, look at these potatoes.
Very
that's
nice.
Irish. Give it a pour. Give it a little
splash.
taste test.
All right.
Yeah, pretty dark. I think it's pretty
Well,
dark.
I'm right in the light, so I guess.
It's an amber.
yeah, I'd say amber.
Yeah.
The sherry, the sherry barrels probably give it some color.
It's got some legs on it.
Then, you're supposed to get a little bread dough, sherry. You're supposed to be able to smell some of that tamdu.
I can definitely get the sherry, some sweetness,
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
a little bit of even like an orange.
Yeah.
Sherry, yes.
I'm not getting any peat, just sherry and maybe.
Well, and that's
Right.
why you said, it's aged in the sherry cask, so this
Right.
is going to be a sweeter. There's not going to be any of that.
Almost
peat.
smells when you open up a box of raisins, but not too.
Ooh, good comparison. I was told when I started drinking blended stuff that you can, in a sherry barrel is one of the best things because it's sweeter, like you said. So you'll know if it's sherry because it's supposed to have a little sweeter aftertaste. It's supposed to not linger as much.
Shall we greet it?
We should.
You should.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you? Very well, thank you. I'm getting a little bit more vanilla, actually.
Ooh,
I am
there's vanilla in it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
That's what's nice, the third time you actually
Sure.
get different flavors.
Cheers.
Go,
cheers.
Thank you.
Good hanging with you guys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's really good.
That is very good.
Do you get a little bit of the sherry then from it? I mean, you can tell it's a little sweeter.
Yeah, I definitely get some sherry. It's got a little bit of a bite towards the end of it.
Yeah, it does. I'm getting a lot of toffee.
You said vanilla earlier. I get a little vanilla with the finish.
Yeah, vanilla and then
Maybe it's vanilla.
like burnt
But I don't know.
caramel even.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the toffee I was kind of tasting.
Yeah.
Very
Give her
good.
one more.
So would
good.
you compare it to? Would you compare it to something else you've had?
I think it tastes a little bit like it's kind of in between of like a monkey shoulder and like a Macallan. Macallan might be even a little sweeter.
I was gonna say Macallan's probably on the sweeter end, but I would think it is a little. I've had both of those. I would say it's a little better than Monkey Shoulder, but
Yeah.
for me, like I said, this is my price range.
Yeah.
My favorite, but
I was thinking anywhere from monkey shoulder to my favorite, the Belvini.
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah,
has
even
a
a little
little-
bit of Baldini.
Sure.
Yeah, but I like this.
and Belvini's got a little sweet
Yeah.
taste to it as well.
And like Ryan said, not a long finish, but kind of leaves just before it's outstayed its welcome.
Right.
It's not going to linger around.
Right, because and you also don't want to have that that bitter taste when you take it down the hatch. You want to have that finish, but you want it to stay with you just a little bit.
Yep.
Very gentle bite. Love it.
At the price point it's at, the taste that you're getting, is this something, Rob, that you would buy again?
Absolutely. I would go out and buy me a bottle.
I would too, and we all know Ryan would.
2 thumbs up.
How about, if we compare it to Macallan or maybe a different whiskey around the same price point,
Okay.
would you pick the Feathery over maybe a Macallan 10-year or a Highland Park?
It depends what I was in the mood for.
True.
Right now, I would go for the Feathery. Depends. There are days where I'm really craving Macallan.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's like we talked about, it's kind of like food. You're always craving something different. So.
Not steak and soup. Like
I think we can all definitely. How about this? How about out of a scale of 10, what would you rank it?
9.1.
Ooh, good.
Right above the 9.
I'd probably say 9.5 to 10.
Okay.
I mean, again, for me, this is, again, it's just I don't want to call it a dessert whiskey, but or blended Scotch whiskey, but it kind of gives you that flavor. Maybe it's an after dinner type drink, but that's why I feel it is, and I think it's just great for the time being. This is what I love, so I'd go up there. I'd go 9.5, maybe 10.
Perfect price.
I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna go 8.9.
Go right below the 9. Almost.
And that's just because for the same price, I'm always gonna go Macallan or Highland Park. And then just my palate, I do like the smokier, peaty flavors. So
Yeah.
I think it's a great Scotch that anybody should try. I would buy it again, no problem with that. I think it's great, but there's just a few other ones that I would pick over this one.
What's interesting is they say this goes well with a cigar. Because it's got a little
yeah.
sweet finish.
We're gonna have to do that.
Maybe we should do that.
Right after
Man.
this, maybe?
Hint, hint.
Stay tuned, guys. Let us know what you think. Have you had the Feathery before? Do you like it? What flavors do you get?
What's some whiskey that we should try that might be similar to the Feathery that might be good as well?
So stay tuned because we're going to have a cigar video coming
Yes.
up next with Ryan. He's actually going to stay for a
Double
second
guest
video.
star.
I'll be back.
Becoming a regular.
Thanks for coming, Ryan. We appreciate it.
Yep.
And
Thank you,
as
Ryan.
always,
See you soon.
see you soon, guys.
Thanks, guys.